fix Lawrence's Tailfin.
So welcome back to the video and a very happy new year. I'm here in my friend's house right in the middle of Melbourne, and I have been since just before Christmas, where I came straight after Thailand. I'm staying with my friend Ollie Jones, who's recently moved out here, to catch up with him, and also we've got some really exciting plans around the Tour Down Under, which is the first road race of the UCI calendar, which starts in a couple of weeks, and maybe another bikepacking adventure. Oh, why is kneeling down so uncomfortable? Look who it is.
That? Hello!
I'm in your gaff.
Yeah mate, welcome to Melbourne. Have you given everyone a flat tour yet?
No.
It's quite nice.
Leave that to imagination.
We've been doing a bit of a, Christmas training camp. As you can expect, the weather here is even better than Girona. Got some races coming up, so the legs need some work.
Anyway, the reason that most of you will have clicked on this video, and that is to find out what exactly happened to my tailfin that I managed to destroy.
On any bikepacking trip, your setup is essential, and our tailfin is an absolutely crucial part of that. They enable us to bring almost whatever we want on these trips, and crucially, allow us to take our laptops, which is much harder with conventional bikepacking bags.
So this is what the tailfin looked like when I did the damage. As you can see from that, it's not able to support any weight whatsoever. It is a full fracture and it almost fully detached itself. It's hanging on by a few threads of carbon.
Just be like, oh mate.
Yeah.
I don't think it's meant to do that.
Careful, don't touch carbon.
Oh, sorry, the spike looks a bit different to the one I've got on my bike. That's not that much different in the force it would take to snap the leg of your fork.
I mean, I would think that a bike frame is going to be a little bit stronger than an attachment for luggage, but yeah, maybe.
Still, like the force that's gone into that is
impressive.
Well, at least the laptop's okay, otherwise
Yes.
no one would be watching this and then we'd be really screwed, wouldn't we?
Sure.
But Jesus Christ.
So you're probably wondering how it happened. Well, it was an absolutely disgusting day. It's pissing it down with rain. We had around 60 kilometers to go on that day from the ferry port up to the town of where we were staying that evening. And I was very worried about my MacBook inside of said laptop sleeve getting wet.
So the rain is a little bit full on. I can just about see where I'm going now. Problem is, I can't really breathe.
On a previous trip a good few years ago now, my laptop did manage to get wet despite being inside of this and then again inside of a plastic bag wrapped. Basically, I stopped by the side of the road, thought I was being really clever, wrapping the whole thing, including the attachment mechanism there in a plastic bag.
It's a laptop sleeve made by Thule, which has been converted to have a Tailfin adapter system on it. Basically what's happened is it's not 100% waterproof, so I've stopped to make it 100% waterproof. I thought it was fully done up, but basically the bag has got in the way of this system. It's a DIY project, as you can see.
Well, I wouldn't have guessed.
I thought it was on securely. However, I found out when it detached itself, fell with its full weight into the arc. Cue the biggest snapping carbon sound you've ever heard in your life. Instantly, I got on the phone to James and Francis and said, stop guys, you're gonna have to come back to help me because I've got myself in a bit of a pickle. The wing wasn't the only piece of damage. In doing so, I slammed on the brakes really quickly, but it had unfortunately already done the damage and kind of jammed. So bent, in fact, that the whole thing was so wonky on my bike, it was rubbing against the wheel and it wouldn't let me pedal. So that was almost as big of an issue as that was. But if anyone wants a snapped tailfin arc, it's here in Melbourne. So let me know.
I put it like that because the tip is £17. Costs nothing. Right.
And this is what it looks like after the mend. So as you can see in that footage that I've just showed you, James remembered that he'd carried a pole spear all the way, the whole length across Thailand, not being able to use it in the islands of Koh Tao. And so he was very pleased, I think, to be able to put it to good use.
I came here with the view of doing some spearfishing. As some keen-eyed viewers may have seen the stick sticking out at the end of the back of my bike is a pole spear. Lawrence, this is going to be so much better, mate. It's reinforced steel.
The pole spear is solid reinforced steel, which was going to be stronger than anything that we could find by the side of the road, even bamboo. And also it was the perfect length. To enable this repair, an ingenious mix of electrical tape, zip ties, and even steel cabling that the kind woman that you see in the footage was able to give us was all used to make sure that 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 carbon wing was not going to budge, and it might even be stronger than it was before. And there you go, what felt like a bit of a disaster by the roadside in the pouring rain managed to turn out to be a pretty solid fix and saw us all the way to our destination of Phuket about 300 kilometers later.
Not moving here. Yeah. Alright. Roadside fix. Love me a little roadside fix.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you brought the pole spear.
Me too. Well, it came in use eventually. Didn't shoot any fish with it, but we fixed Lawrence's tailfin with it.
It wasn't even 5 minutes after I'd broken it that Francis was messaging the guys at Tailfin straight away to say, look what he's done. Can we put this content inside of our videos? Most importantly, the team were very, very happy to send me some replacement bits, which was sent from Europe all the way to Australia in a mind-bending 3 days. And it's sitting over there. Let me show you. Here we go. This is it. Excuse the massive knife. Most importantly, we have a new wing. Thought about getting the alloy version, but then I thought I'll stick with what I know. The one that I've been using for the last 5 years, since 2019. And then also a new top stay, which I managed to bend. Previously it had an aluminium one. This one is a carbon. And thirdly, they've sent something to replace this, which I had been using, which was a Thule laptop sleeve. It's not available to purchase. So they have now sent me the 16 litre pannier bag with the laptop sleeve, which obviously allows the laptop to slide into the back of, so you don't get it wobbling around. Excited to get this fitted to the bike. Francis will be very relieved because he's always telling me that this is the better setup out of the two. So Francis, mate, finally got there. Oh, one more thing I wanted to show you guys. Insta360 went a little bit overboard once again, sending me a few things. But most importantly is the new Ace 2 camera, which is their action camera. Excited to put this to use at the Tour Down Under. Also with that, every single attachment that you could ever imagine. Memory cards, new wind guards, all of the things, spare batteries, so I can record forever and ever. So shout out to the guys at Insta360. Did want a new camera. Link in the description for affiliate code. Stay tuned for the next video where I'll be riding the infamous Hells Ride here in Melbourne. If you haven't heard about it, you will do very soon. Excited to get stuck into that, but for now, that's it from me here in Melbourne. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Ciao.